Okay, so we are about to confront the chairman of the Prosecutorial Excellence Committee. We know he's the killer. We know he at this point. He's just stupid. He's just the right amount of stupid to be the killer. All right, let's see what he has to say. You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. Where the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered me, boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it. The suspect herself has already said she did it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be lighter for it, so rejoice. Fuck you, man. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes in it as you see fit. How can I, when that was barely a testimony to begin with? Yeah, it really wasn't a testimony, it was just... she said she did it, so whatever. That man, he's a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. Please just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remember doing it. No, you don't! You saw a flash of something half-remembered, Kay. Nothing more. If you must believe in something, believe in the me who believes in you. Believe me when I say you should believe in your own and yep, pretty much exactly what I just said. But I'm up against the head of a committee here. This isn't going to be easy. It has been so far. But he seems to think he's already won. Perhaps I can use that against him. You haven't won until the end of this meeting, dude. Oh, I have very low health. I'm gonna make sure I doubly save here, just to be safe.
Hold it!
Even if the broad strokes are correct, it doesn't make something true. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. I'd say the bigger picture is more than enough here. After all, every case has its little inconsistencies and contradictions. Only when you make them that on purpose. If we let ourselves get bogged down in every single one, we'd never make any arrests. And once we did, the trial would drag on forever. Even you understand that, right? Not in the slightest. Hence my inquiry into the details. Oh, to be so young and pig-headed. Anyway, you keep digging into these little details. And the murder happened in the order of the victim's injuries, other things I hardly even remember. I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of contention. Yes, I was listening, my boy. But critical is a matter of opinion. How can you possibly suggest that such fundamental issues are not important? Perhaps it's your ability to make sound judgments that should be on trial here today? Bravo, my young hothead. Wonderfully cutting stuff. You do like to try, though, don't you? But you needn't have bothered, boy, because it's irrelevant. No, it's not. There's no way of what we've discussed today is irrelevant. Not unless you intend to bury the truth. But none of it is relevant, dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant is because otherwise, you're up a creek without a paddle. Yeah, it's a faulty confession, though. It's not real. Because she doesn't have her memory of the whole incident, so how can you take that? Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with a grain of salt.
Objection!
Even so, it doesn't exactly solve everything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. I tell you what, Why don't we ask her one last time? Though I'm sure she'll just say she did it again. Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is this really what you want, Mr. Edgeworth? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only requested that I be the one to question her. You really know how to tug at an old man's heartstrings, you know? But fine, ask away. On one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it. Uh-oh. Is the committee just not looking at him burning papers? We'll call the proceedings to an end then and there. Agreed? Call the proceedings to an end? You mean the hearing? Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you aren't a complete muddlehead after all. Now, just so we're clear, if we ask again and all that happens is the girl confirms her guilt, she is officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan, if I do say so myself. That's it? You just declare her guilty just like that? That's the gist of it. It's a big risk, but he's going to find a way to condemn her either way if we don't do something. Kay? Yes? I know it's a lot to ask, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Anything that might help us prove your innocence? Why? Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you still doing this, Kay? It's no use, I can't be helped to you. I'm sorry. I hate it when characters do this in this series. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. The freaking girl from the Professor Layton crossover is the worst offender of this in the whole series. It's like almost like every other sentence she speaks, she's like, I'm guilty, I'm this and that. It's like, shut up, lady. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The Kay you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust. Don't worry, Kay, you have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you for very long, but I know you well enough. She just give a little bit new information. And right now, I'd say I know you better than you know yourself. You would never committed murder. You could never, because this is who you really are. Her notebook. Wait, where is it? Oh, wait. Or the pin.
Take that!
Hi, Siege. Welcome in. We're playing Ace Attorney again. You're the great thief Yadagarasu. A noble outlaw who would never stoop so low as to kill. I can't do it, I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it.
Hold it!
No, the only evidence of your guilt is the confession they forced out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me. And you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop, I'm begging you. So that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate is because of me, isn't it? Which is exactly what the K I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to burst your budgel? Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Because despite all your wishes to the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. Where the fuck is Eddie right now? So you see, I've merely been servicing my own ego regardless of what I've put you through. Now let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder, you need to question it with all you have. That's all I ask. So please do it for me. Kay? What's wrong? Do you remember something? Oh, it'd be like some cliche movie plot if she did. A cow. Mossy? The movie creature that the movie film that they were doing at the bottom of the building. Do you remember something from... Maybe someone else was there or something? I don't know. A cow? Mr. Edgeworth, if you could perhaps ask her for a few more details? Well, Kay, what can you tell us about this cow? I remember now! The person in the red raincoat? She had it in her hand! The Mozilla doll. A stuffed cow! I can see it clearly now. Are you sure, Miss Faraday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure. Then this court acknowledges the defendant's latest statement as new testimony.
Objection.
Have you lost your mind, Verity? We can't accept testimony like that. With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim and her possessions is new and highly relevant evidence.
Objection.
Need I remind you all of the addled state of her memory? No, this simply won't do. Same as with you trying to force a confession out of her, dude. Addled? But if we claim her memory is unreliable now, then our own argument is weakened, sir. Exactly. She's starting to change. She's starting to understand. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect's confession, we need to not worry ourselves over the finer details, did you not? Were we to call the validity of her memories into question, then we must also call into question the confession on which our entire argument is based. Based, lady! Oh my god, yes! Is that really the most advisable course of action? Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit, then. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. He probably wants to, like, throw something. He wants to burn something again, like, he's so angry, but he's incredibly stupid, but he's at least smart enough right in this moment to not push further. We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth. And only thanks to Judge Gavel's intervention. Oh my gosh, my sinuses, I'm so sorry. Come on. Okay, there we go. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. She is. At this point, she absolutely is on our side. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, the stuffed animal? I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in this storeroom, and believe it is yet another auction lot. Wait, that's... Do you know something, Gavel? No, It's just not what I imagined. I suppose it is a rather odd thing for the victim to have been carrying. I should look it over carefully. Yeah, let's examine this thing. So it's missing its horn. There's the petal. That it was outside. That's proof! There's a cherry blossom petal caught in the fur here. There were petals on the raincoat, too. And a cherry tree in bloom up on the viewing platform. It would definitely appear that this was taken outside at some point. But what did the victim want with this thing? It's got a nose ring like me. Is there something inside the hole? The left horn is missing. This hole. It looked like that's where the horn would have gone. But that doesn't look like stuffing in there. So what is it? Is there something inside it? Oh, maybe the other horn? The right horn seems intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of the stuffed toy. Look, Mr. Edgeworth, it moves. It does? Yeah, of course. It sounds like sand being crushed? Seems like there would be a recording device hidden inside. And... His voice is on that, isn't it? Oh, no, because the voice changers, that's right. But he could be talking here. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself? I've waited so long for this day, and now I'm finally have my revenge. Could this be the moment of the murder? And someone made a recording of it? Wow. Hey, that's them right there! Them's the voices I heard, so sure as eggs is eggs!
Overruled.
Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there was some accompanying video footage. You got bugs in your ears or something, lady? I done told you them the voices I heard. And we already know the victim was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from when she got it. When she got. Yes, it is a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more, something credible. We need? Yet again, she seems to be stepping in help. Judge Gavel, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can't hide that burn from me. I believe we have something that could explain what these words are referring to and how it's all related. She has a burn on her hand. Oh, Kresim's razor is a crazy thing to check about. Her. Right? The findings? The coroner's findings. The coroner's preliminary findings? How do they prove how does they prove anything? The prominent burn mark.
Take that!
If you read this part of the report again, you'll see what I'm getting at. Which part exactly, may I ask? This part, perhaps? How should I know? What? Maybe we should listen to the recording again? Yes, and let's give the coroner's report another good look as well. Mr. Edgeworth, where in the report does it suggest the voices we heard are connected to this case? Yeah, oh, you're right. Yeah, I clicked this right here. It might be right, the exact word burn.
Take that!
There it is, yeah. Think again on the words we heard. This part in particular sticks out in my mind. You can't hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn on the back of her right hand. And? What of it? According to case testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed cow toy. And a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim was mentioned on the recording it captured. It's just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right?
Overruled.
Oh, Gavel's trying to maybe keep Eustace on the right track? I'm not sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts that the recording may be from the time of the murder, in which case one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of the conversation, it seems likely that it's the one we hear the most. Ah, gosh, oh my gosh, I have like... Hold on one sec, sorry. Sorry, I have crud in the back of my throat. But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they're male or female. Oh, whoops. Due to the voice changers, correct. Unfortunate but unavoidable. One thing however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those of Miss Ringer and her killer. Just like I done told you they was. We can say something else now, too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman. Do as you wish. According to Miss Hart, just before the murder occurred, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber on the elevator. The ringleader and one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point at which money exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterward, and the auction carried on after that. All of which points to one key fact. What else does this latest revelation tell us? The ringleader was the killer, then. Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim. Hey, Gavel? Not right now, Eustace. There's a good boy. She called him good boy. Oh, that's cute. And if they weren't the victim, then they can only have been the killer.
Overruled.
Uh-oh. A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I am fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. He's pissed off. There were certain traces left on the scene that seemed to suggest that the ringleader was the killer. Then please hurry up and show us. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? The victim's letter? Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having been the killer? Yeah, I'm gonna save. I can't. I can't. I'm pressing pause. I'm pressing pause and it won't let me do anything. I'm stuck. It's okay. What's something that was placed on the scene after, which points to the ringleader as having been the killer? No, because the flower was torn off, so it can't be the flower. Oh, the victim's letter. Because it has blood on it. And it also mentions the 12 years ago revenge thing. Alright, I'm gonna try it. If it's wrong, I'm gonna hopefully be able to save, like, right away after this window closes. Fingers crossed, chat. Hopefully I'm right.
Take that!
Nope. Wait, what? Why is it... No, why is it doing autoplay now? Stop. Options. There, okay. Save! Oh my god, save! Save! Okay, we got one chance left. If the ringleader was the killer, there's something that would have wanted it to hide. Oh no, they didn't hide the... What did they hide? What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader as having... The blood in the box? Box in which the killer hid the body. Traces of blood were detected inside. That's what I'm thinking now. This was technically left at the scene. The broken plushie was left on the shelf, so that's... I don't know. Keycard. That's kind of what I'm thinking now, is the box. And Hart said that it was chained up when she was in there. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, chat. It hasn't been brought up once yet to this point.
Take that!
Time to load. When is it going to become relevant then, if it's not for there? What would they have wanted to hide? Candelabrum, a 3-armed candle holder. Yeah, that's the blood on it. The vase is very unique shape if it were removed from a dusty shelf or something. Yeah, and it was standing there, so... Oh, the blood? But wait, no, but how does that tie to the killer? Oh my god, I'm so, like... I feel like I'm so close. White gloves, white jacket, a magenta flower, and a mask. Huh. I don't think it's any of these on the first... page. The key card that grants entry to the committee chamber. No, because that wasn't hidden, because it was obviously in the victim's hand. Is it that they were trying to keep the storeroom itself hidden? Is that what it's asking me? What is something? No, it says placed on the scene. Damn it. Okay, so maybe not that. God, not the victim's letter. Items on sale were mainly items of police evidence. 11 attendees together. That's all that it says. Maybe the committee chamber blood? I'm gonna try the blood stain to try and cover up the storage room.
Take that!
Yep, okay. The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. It was due to that blood that was originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber. But it was simply a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom. In order to conceal the existence of the underground auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they could have had no reason to cover up that blood. Which further supports that the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you'd like to name? The auction is always held in this committee chamber with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee. Yes, yes. And you suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right?
Objection!
You're a fine prosecutor, that much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you're also hopelessly naive. Yeah, Mr. Burning papers constantly and trying to frame Kay for the murder. Yeah, you're totally innocent. You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share after all. Ugh. Do I have any evidence to show that Chairman Winner is the murderer? Directly? I don't think so. I might have to, it might make, this might be a time where I have to say no. Do I have any evidence to show the Chairman Winner? Worn by the victim, whose fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. A photograph of the mysterious finger. Yeah, I don't have anything direct. So, I'm gonna say I don't. Before I do, though, I'm gonna save. It was Chairman Winner herself who brought up the fact that I suspected him. And he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable. Which means he knows. He knows I have nothing. Shh. No. No whining. It's okay. No whining, baby girl. You're fine. Oh, well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. I've always wanted to say that. Verity, he's all yours. Wait, dang it, I just remembered something. Huh? Did you have amnesia too? No, it just done came to me. Flash of inspiration, you know how it is. Very well, say your piece.
Objection!
What are you doing, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last lick of hope has been extinguished. In your bed. Thank you. In your bed, sweetie. Lay down. Lay down next to me. Come lay down next to me. There you go. So extinguish we must, lest he try to drag us through this excruciating process again in the future. Oh, nice one. Nice one, Verity. That got him to shut up. Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounded pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Gavel bring this to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are. Fine, let's hear what the witness has to say. You heard the chairman, Mr. Hart. Miss Hart, excuse me. If you would be so kind. Well, all right then, here goes nothing. The facts, Miss Hart, and nothing but the facts, please. Don't you worry your pretty little head on that front. I'm a journalist. Truth's in my middle name. Color me officially worried. So the ringleader's the killer, right? Which makes the victim one of the auction goers. Thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down that hatch, see? Then the murder happened, and then the auction started back up again. Now, I had me a look back downstairs right after that. No. And wouldn't you know it? There were 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again. How? And you're sure of this, Miss Hart? Sure as sure can be, your gavelship. Saw 'em with my own two peepers. So, 11 before the murder and 11 again right after means... Wait, that's a thingy! A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up. Hold on one second. Sorry. That damn woodpecker just will not leave me alone. Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all? I done told you already, that carried right on, they carried right on again like nothing even happened. Oh, except for, it wasn't nothing much, but... What is it? That little old mallet doodad? Can't have yourself an auction without one. Kinda like the one Missy over there's got, but different. The auctioneer's hammer? That's the bunny. Ooh. I done heard that thing banging and clanging right the way through. Then nothing, just like that. So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through? Could it have something to do with the murder? Okay. Interesting. If what Miss Hart is telling us is true, we have something of a problem. Namely that if the victim is neither the auctioneer nor one of the attendees, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh! Chalk one up for justice! Eat that, Edgeworth! Eat what? Where? Where? Eat what? Where? Where? See, Mr. Edgeworth, there really was nothing we could do. Eddie! Get your bum ass over here! Help us! Gumshoe! Anyone, please! Francisca, please! No, there must be something we're overlooking. Something we still don't have an explanation for. I just need to think. If I can't, Kay is. Alright, kids, do we finally have all our answers now? If so, then I expect you to make good on... One moment, sir. I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Edgeworth. Is that not so, Mr. Edgeworth? Frankly, I expected you to have raised your voice by now. Allowed Hold it, perhaps? Oh, yes, of course. And once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of defeat. Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What is this one matter that still remains? Why, the contradiction in the coroner's report, sir. Yeah, exactly. That's... Here we go. I'm back with the witnesses, Your Honor. Oh, Franziska's not even here. I thought she was. What's this all about? Why'd you call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have a compress ready in 2 shakes of it. Ouch! This better be good. Did somebody else drop dead? Well, they might soon wish they had. Dr. Hertz, Miss Needler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long. Quit trying to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya? Of course. Dad, thank you for the head pats. Thanks for the hydrate, too. Of course, we summoned you here to confirm something. What is Judge Gavel up to? Dr. Hertz, this court asks yet that you provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Grandma doesn't make mistakes, ever! That's strange. Huh? What do you mean? In the course of the trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, tamper with, or in any way falsify your findings? That's awful! How can you even say that? What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I want to do that? To help the true culprit, of course. As if I know anything about that. I just know I didn't do anything of the sort. Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report? Mr. Edgeworth? I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. It's not like you to be coy, I must say. Oh, she's teasing. Do it more, please. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? Taking charge. I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can get. If everything was recorded accurately and then handed off to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistakes. Wait. For the record, I didn't do anything to the report. I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story? Why do we even need to? This is pointless. I'll be the judge of what's pointless, thank you very much. We have patients waiting back at the hospital. But Grandma, ouch! We really don't have time for this. I love her hair, she's so cute, the nurse girl. Won't you please help us? I can't stress how important this is. Grandma says she'll testify. Shh! No barking. No barking. Stop barking. Stop it. But could you please make it quick? If we're not back soon, people will suffer. And yet you had no qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. Child wishes to speak their truth. Yeah. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. Ooh. Let's do it. The so-called mistake in the report. No way there's a mistake in Grandma's report. Not never. I've been dealing with the dead longer than you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Me writing something wrong is about as likely as... Ouch! And what the heck do you think I'd stand to gain by doctoring a file, Don't make a lick of sense. Licka? And that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here. See, it's just as I thought. There's no chance the good doctor doctored her findings. And you swear by the holy goddess that this testimony is true? Of course! Grandma's never told a lie in her.
Objection!
Your opinions are not necessary, Nurse Needler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Not necessary? That's not fair! I'm the only ally poor Grandma has. Go ahead and shout objection left and right, but you best be prepared then, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Oh, I'm more than prepared. I'm ready to expose the truth behind the error in the report. Let's do it.
Hold it!
Never? You're saying that Dr. Hertz is infallible? She has to be! A doctor can't afford to make mistakes. Literally they can. Even a veteran like Grandma would be out of a job if she messed up even once. So there's no way she of all people would. I got a whole hospital relying on me. Might be you can bungle your work and survive, mister, but I can't. Damn.
Hold it!
And you've really never made a single mistake in all that time? Doctoring's all about experience. The longer you beat it, the better you get at it. Doctoring? That's a word that has two very different meanings, miss. If only the same were true for prosecuting. Chairman Winner would be the best in the business. But I think we can all agree that's not the case. Oh, you really are a devil, Miles. But you're also quite wrong. I've never once made a mistake either. Like you were about to, with Kay? After all, I have people to do that for me. Oh, of course. I'm too busy for fool-ups. For foul-ups. And luckily for me, I don't have to make them. Isn't having people just grand? That's right there. Don't you go trying to make a doctoring and lawyering sound the same. They ain't nothing alike. Nothing alike, I tell ya.
Hold it!
The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining the head injury. And yet, there was not a single drop of blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem. Oh, that's... Ow! I don't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man. I'll teach your grandmother to suck eggs. My danged report already says what you just said, don't it?
Objection!
No, it doesn't. Your report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem, which is the exact opposite of what I just said. Oh. Sure. I diligently dictated that report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said. If something happened to it after that, nothing to do with me. Oh yeah, of course, you're gonna blame your underling. You dictated it? If you could please tell me more. Ah, here we go.
Hold it!
Just so we're on the same page, what were your conclusions regarding the body? Well, like I said, ow! Sorry, it was death from a good hard knock to the noggin. And can you say for certain when that knock happened, Dr. Hertz? Pre-mortem, of course. Chest wound happened after the poor girl died. I told Florence that and she wrote it right down. So that's what it says in my danged report. Nope. That may be what you told her. But I think we're finally getting to the truth. What the heck do you think by doctoring a file?
Hold it!
You may not have stood to gain anything from it, but what about your granddaughter? Me? I don't stand to gain anything either. Never mind her. What about your little friend over there, She'd stand against something for sure. Look at you trying to accuse my sweet, innocent Florence of wrongdoing. Yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I wish you'd tell that to Chairman Winter. But you're the one that just said that she did that. Anyhow, nobody doctored that report, you hear? Nobody. Then why is it wrong?
Hold it!
Did anything stand out as strange to either of you when you were examining the body? Let's see. What's that, Grandma? Pretty strange young fella showed up, that's for sure. A strange man? Whom? Who? Dressed like a dang fool he was, all frilly round the neck and such. Oh, him. And the dangest thing of all, even though we all knew the idiot boy was about to get fired, he still insisted on messing with my scene. That's right, I'm talking about you, mister. Ruffle-necked ruffian, crimson-suited creep. Oh, so Mr. Edgeworth is a ruffian and a creep. Oh, excuse me, oh my god. Those are not words you need to commit to memory, Kate. Oh god. Dr. Hertz doesn't sound like she's lying. No, but she only communicates through her granddaughter. I should probably try to make sure that Nurse Needler is being truthful too. Okay, diligently dictated the report to Florence after... What the heck do you think I'm due to gain to doctoring a file? Oh gosh, hold on a sec. Cause of death is the set of 3 puncture... You signed it, lady! If you signed it, you would have... Alright, before I present this, just in case it's not the right answer, I'm gonna save again. You wouldn't have signed it if you knew it was wrong. So it was you that wrote it wrong. You're a liar.
Objection!
There we go. Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself. Oh, I'll read it too. Youch! Aha! Caught! Caught! She's sweating now. This ain't what I said. This ain't what I said at all. What? What do you mean exactly? You didn't read the Are you fucking serious, lady? You signed it without reading it. If you're telling the truth. I don't know. But I can't say that. Oh. Miss Needler, if you were attempting to bury Dr. Hertz's truth, I will gladly hear her confession myself on behalf of the Goddess of Justice. Dr. Hertz seems to be telling Judge Gavel something in private. What? I see. Very well. Allow me to relay to everyone what you have just told me. Ain't no doubt about what I said. I dictated my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong or something. Wow. I guess if you've trusted someone to write it down 100 times, you won't... Yeah, but that's just... Especially for a doctor, that's extremely dangerous and reckless. Wow, that was a great impression! Yes, but was it really necessary? So in summary, there is an error in the report. And it was all because of you, Nurse Needler. The true facts that have now been shown to be that the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Miss Needler, is why did you introduce such an error? Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. She probably did. She probably got bought out by you, asshole. Whereas it seems to me she just made a little mistake, because you're defending her right now. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think? No, they're not. Except you mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. But why would she want to change it? Exactly, thanks, ow! You won't get away that easily. Explain yourself, young lady. But Grandma, You submitified? Oh my god. Wow, I'm constantly creating new words, aren't I? You submitted a falsified report and act that led to Kay being accused of murder. You owe us an explanation. But I can't tell you. Not don't want to, but can't? This is really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake, so why not leave it there?
Objection!
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Because the only person her testimony would hurt is you. What on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you're now a de facto ex-prosecutor, you're gonna need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. Nurse Needler's role in this crime was very important because she's a co-conspirator. Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice. No, ouch! Oh, so she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing? Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Without at least two people, it wouldn't have been possible to... Wait, did he bribe her to go with the plan and be the supposed 11th member after the murder? I'm saving. She must have been so desperate. Oh my god, if that's true. I'm gonna click maintain attendee numbers. If the auctioneer was the murderer and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that a witness testified to there being 11 attendees even after the murder doesn't make sense. Hey, watch it! You gonna call my good word into question now, too? That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept that you were wrong.
Objection!
I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into place. They really do. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Well, so that's your thinking, is it? Certainly an intriguing theory. But surely the imposter, sus, would have been spotted right away. No, because they're masked. It was an anonymous thing. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could very easily have replaced Miss Ringer without anybody noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? I wouldn't do something like that. Now tell us, the ringleader, who were they? I can't tell you, I just can't. It hurt Grandma too. Ow! But Grandma, don't you worry about me. I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But, Grandma! That was so funny. Oh my god. So I was right. She was an accomplice. Miss Needler, why? Well, Miss Needler, can you explain yourself? Yes. Huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm alright now. I confess it. I changed places with Miss Ringer. So you admit that you were working with the ringleader? Yeah, I was helping them. I don't know how, but they found out Miss Ringer was going to attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim? They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night, so they made a counterplan. They wanted to strike first, and they wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before the auction began and wait there. Wait, what? Now hold on right there, Miss... Oh my god. She was waiting in the chained up box for when the murder would happen, and then he let her out, and then put the body in the box and chained it back up. That's why there's blood in it. No way. Okay, if I called that correct, I'm big brain mama. Now hold it right there, Missy. I didn't see nothing, and my eyes don't lie. If you'd been there from before the auction, I would have bumped right into you. I was there the whole way through, and you weren't there for a bit of it. But I'm not lying. Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering that report only a few minutes ago.
Objection!
I think we're all well aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom. Are we? It hasn't been brought up yet. It has to be the box. Are we? Where exactly are you trying to say our friend the nurse was hiding,
Take that!
Yes, I was right. Oh my god. Big brain, Narris. Big brain. Looks like your thighs aren't the only thing that's big. Ooh, Dad, you like my thighs? She hid inside this clothes box. Oh, she did she? Huh? Well, it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. But, like I told y'all, it had all them chains around it. Wanted to hide in there myself, really, but it was locked up tight. So I had to go elsewhere. I imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived. That's right, we didn't want anybody to open it or it would have really blown our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not long after. It was just before the auction was due to start. How long were you in there, lady? So as the auction was beginning, you and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom? Yeah, I think so. How did you breathe? The auction proceeded as it always did. Until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Miss Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around then. You betcha! I was behind that statue there, shaking like a danged leaf the whole time. In the middle of their quarrel, Miss Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. I imagine that the auctioneer that carried Miss Ringer's body over to the clothes box. Yep. From which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim. After playing Miss Ringer's body inside the box. Nurse Needler's role now was to pretend to be Miss Ringer. I guess it's not airtight. Yeah, they probably didn't airtight it. They just chained it. So they probably left a crack open. The two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing had happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler? Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Hold up, you just waltzed right back on in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You're telling me not one of them other folks down there at the auction cottoned on? Why would they? The other auction goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because... she stole the victim's clothes? Because I remember she had them on her, right? At some point? Using the victim's name, she was imitating the victim. As we've seen, Miss Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the auction rules required attendees to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Miss Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser. No, and they weren't. I borrowed Miss Ringer's clothes and ow! And left the poor child in her smalls? Have you no respect, girl? No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It would have been nice to leave her like that. It wouldn't have been nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her. Oh. So that's how Miss Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus the auction was able to carry on as before, and there's no holes in the jacket. So... guess the part where I caught the red raincoat on film came just after. Yeah, must be. Then it all makes sense. Right after that was when I went on over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Spied me 11 If she died, then how is there someone standing there with a raincoat? Spied me 11 happy little auction goers, then back I snuck to my little hidey hole. Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that. Well, that is not exactly. What is it? Did something happen? So maybe I ought to have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out, unconscious, you might say. What? What happened? Oh, nothing much. Kinda silly, really, but there was a sudden loud noise, and it startled me just a little bit, you know. A loud noise? Alright, maybe more than a little, but I just witnessed a murder. Can't believe a girl for getting all jumpy. Guess that got my heart shook and made my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light. But the time I came to, it was the next dang day, and y'all were clanking down that ladder. I see, so you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. I suppose that means you don't know what happened after that? Not per se, but, well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finished up and filed on one by one like they were supposed to. Nurse Needler. Once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was pretending to be Miss Ringer and place bids, just as the ringleader wanted. I had to win the clothes box, as I'd been instructed. It had a dead body inside, after all. Imagine if someone else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then. So you had no idea that the victim had vacated the box in the meantime? No, not until we came back up so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look for her right away. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead. Okay. Yes, she must have fallen from up on the roof and been knocked unconscious. Guess the victim must have left that hatch wide open, huh? That would explain it. But how did she get up there if she was already dead? Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Miss Ringer fall motionless right in front of her. that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. But she says somebody pushed her. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Yeah, I suppose. Can't believe something like that done knocked me out for so long, though. So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind that statue. I think that also explains why Needler was the one to bring Kay to us. I think we've got a good grasp on what occurred up to this point now. Nurse Needler, if you would continue. Sure, so I found Kay, and next I found Miss Ringer. And I put them both in the clothes box. Oh no, poor Kay. Oh no. We couldn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo. Was this your idea or the ringleader's? Theirs. But putting the raincoat on Miss Ringer was my own idea. So I tried to get rid of it before they found out what it had done. I imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case. And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we'd prepared. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything, and that was that. Now that we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler, if you have anything further to share, I'd advise you do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one other thing. It did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was borrowing Miss Ringer's clothes, I took everything I could, but I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so ouch! Don't say that, oh my god. You're dang right you couldn't take her hair. What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line? So taking her clothes was okay? Our hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. I kinda panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. No way. He has a fake beard? There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothing box. 2 wigs? But why? Right? I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her style. Anyway, I took the straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on the day. Leaving a wavy wig in the box. Dude, his hair is fake. Oh my god. That's why when it caught on fire, he panicked and put it out. And that's everything you know. There's nothing else you're forgetting? No. Huh? No, really, Grandma, that's everything. And I take it that you really have no idea who the ringleader might be. Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on. And they were pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everyone. Zelda reference. Ugh! If I can't get something concrete on them. Oh, there, yeah, that's the wavy hair right there. Well, Miles, are we done? You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot, but sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot. Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. And justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. Let me just burn these files real quick. Is this it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
Best girl! Best girl's back. Francesca, what are you doing here? As I told you before, Miles Edgeworth, where the case leads, I follow. Your dedication is an inspiration to us all. And all these people in the committee are just literally sitting there silent this whole time. Like I want to have like a thought that they all understand fully at this point that it was Excelsius And that Excelsius is the only one that thinks that he's smarter than everyone. You know? Like, he thinks they don't know, but they all know. Wanna know a funny thing? Sure. Sure, Cash, what's up? But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you for abandoning the way of the prosecutor. Excel is 8 years older than the old lady? Wow. That's why he's wearing a wig, probably. I understand that. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Gumshoe! Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first of the injuries she suffered, not the second. Oh my god, confirmed! We got you, Blaze. Excelsius. Well, someone say something! Oh, poor girl. It's usually Gumshoe that arrives late with the info, and she had to fill his shoes here. Yes, there's no easy way to say this, Francesca, but we already proved that ourselves. You... what? Yes, just a few minutes. Oh! Well, why didn't you say so sooner? You didn't exactly give me a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon, too? No, not yet. Ha! Good, then listen up. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface. Circular. And the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface? Do we have anything that's circular? No, we don't. Okay.
Objection.
And you're certain of that, I assume? Your sources are above board? 2 trusted medical professionals reached the same conclusion independently. You couldn't ask for more.
Objection.
That's certainly good to know. Unfortunately, you're over... Yes! Yes, Slay Queen! Shut him up. Of what? I'm the prosecutor in charge of Interpol's investigation into the underground auction. And this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me not to pursue leads pertaining to related parties, especially the victim. My, you've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear? Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head. Yes. Sadly, the murder weapon itself has yet to be identified. It was probably destroyed. Based on the shape, I have an idea or two. But guys, I didn't turn any other weapon during my investigation. And yet one need only to think about the setting and an auctioneer's to— oh, the gavel! What would an auctioneer have readily at hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course. But we never found one of those! If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder weapon. But without the evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that. Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. Lotta's, statement. Auction continued after Ringer's murder, but the sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard.
Take that!
Miss Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred. She said that the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why, because it had just been used in a murder and was covered in the victim's blood. It would need to be disposed of. Isn't that right? Chairman winner. Let's finally bring this guy down. I'll have other people look into this right away. You really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you, dear boy? But if you can't dedicate yourself to a cause when you're young, when can you, hmm? He seems very confident we'll never find it. Very well, a search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess. No way! No! Seriously? It's still not. I thought for sure maybe this would be the last segment. Wow, okay. Holy crap. Okay, I guess we're finishing this tomorrow, this case tomorrow then, instead. I thought we were gonna finish it today. Let's see where this goes. Okay. Alright, hopefully this is the last segment and we can finish it tomorrow. Alright, well, let me go back over to the chatting screen. I think we'll wrap it up around here.